Welcome to today's webinar on under what market conditions are options used to hedge forex exposure. I am Ritik, Senior Analyst, Market Risk Advisory at MyForexFi Fintech Private. Now let's understand what is a currency option. A currency option is what its name suggests, an option, which gives the option buyer a right but not the obligation to be able to buy or sell the currency in the future at a predetermined rate and maturity. Now a company does a currency option because it does not know where will be the exchange rate be in the future when it might have to pay or receive foreign currency. So they enter an option contract by paying an option premium, and they may choose to exercise this option or not exercise this option depending upon the market conditions at the time of maturity. Now let's understand in a bit more detail how a currency option works. Now for entering into a currency option contract, the option buyer has to pay an upfront premium to the option seller. Now the option buyer pays the premium and transfers the risk to the option seller. And since it is an option contract, the option buyer has a right to exercise or not exercise the currency option at the time of maturity, depending if the market conditions are favorable or unfavorable at the time of maturity. Now, if the option buyer chooses to exercise his right, the option seller will be obliged to perform as specified while entering into the contract. Now, the option premium is the maximum amount which an option buyer can lose, which means that at maturity, if the option buyer believes that the market conditions are more favorable, then he might let the option lapse and not exercise his option. Now let's see what are the types of options on the basis of exercise type. Firstly, there is a call option. A call option gives the option buyer a right to be able to buy the currency in the future at a fixed price and a fixed maturity, while a put option gives the option buyer the right to sell the currency at a particular price in the future. Now, a call option is done by an importer, while a put option is done by an exporter. Now, the option is classified also on the basis of maturity. Now, a European option can be exercised only on a maturity date, not any day before that or after that. European options are what predominantly done in India. The next type of option is the American option. An American option is a bit more flexible. It can be exercised on any day, even before the maturity date, but not after. Now, where can one trade options? Options can be traded with banks, which is also known as over the counter, or with the exchange. When we enter into an option contract with the bank, it can be tailor-made to be suited according to my business needs. It can be any currency I choose. It can be any maturity I choose. Whereas in case of an exchange, the currency options available are lesser as compared to the bank. So in India, the currency options available to trade are USD INR, Euro INR, GBP INR, and JPY INR. And the options traded on the exchange have a fixed expiry dates, and these are not flexible. Now let's understand why do we trade options. Option, firstly, which we have to understand is not a obligation but a right, which makes it a very favorable risk management tool. So in case if the market at maturity is favorable, we can let the option lapse and not exercise it. The second important reason is it keeps the directional bias away, which means if I have received dollars today and I'm not converting it because I'm expecting the market to rise, but let's say the market falls, I've been caught off guard here because I chose not to hedge but to speculate. Now, since in businesses profitability is the lifeblood, we should not take such risk and rather hedge using options. By going long on an option, it means we are buying the option, and buying the option, we are paying a fixed premium, and we are open to unlimited returns since I have ensured my worst case rate. and I'm open to unlimited return since market can move in the favorable direction to any extent at the time of maturity. By going short, it implies that I'm selling the option and I'm receiving a fixed return because I'm receiving a premium. I'm an option seller. So I'm hoping the market at maturity is favorable for the buyer so that I do not have to oblige. But if the market at maturity is unfavorable for the option buyer, I'm open to unlimited risk. And lastly, market can go in any direction. And my view can be market going up, market going down, market trading in a fixed range, or I might not have any view. All of these are opportunities which can be seized by trading options and by structuring my option in a way which I believe will best suit my business. Now let's take a look at basic option strategies. So these, let's group them together. So long call and short call are counterparties for the same contract, but are independent contracts. So when I say long, it means I'm buying. When I say short, I'm selling. So whenever I buy, I pay a premium and I transfer the risk. And whenever I sell, I receive the premium and I carry the risk. In case of a long call, I'm paying the option premium and I'm transferring the risk. In case of a short call, I'm selling the option, I'm receiving the premium and I'm carrying the risk. Similarly, in case of long put and short put, they both are counterparties, but these are two independent contracts. Buyer of a put option gets the option premium and he transfers the risk, whereas the seller of a put option receives the premium and carries the risk. Let's take a look at different market scenarios. The first scenario which we see is the most dreaded high volatility scenario. In case of high volatility, the uncertainty is also very high and the option premium are very high during these periods. And the option seller wants to be compensated well, and which is why the option buyer also agrees to pay a higher premium since the protection offered is much higher, since this is already a very volatile time. And hedging is very important during volatile times since the extent of currency movement is fairly high and I do not want to be caught off guard, thereby affecting my profitability. Now let's take a look at the strategies which can be undertaken to hedge using options during a high volatility scenario. For example, in case of USD INR, an implied volatility of greater than 8% is considered as a high volatility scenario. Now the option structure which we'll explore are the usual business practices employed by importers and exporters. Now let's say my currency view is of a stronger dollar in the future and a weaker rupee, and I'm an exporter. So the future looks more favorable to me, and currently I have a weaker dollar. So I would want to capitalize on this currency movement. I do this by doing a put spread. In a put spread, I have a buy put and a sell put. So I buy my put at the money and I sell a put out of the money. So let's say the spot is of 74. So I buy a put at 74.50 and I sell a put at 73.50. Similarly, if I'm an importer and the future looks unfavorable to me, since in the future I'm expecting a stronger dollar, so I go for a range forward. I enter a range forward by buying a call option and selling a put option, both of which will be out of the money. So I buy my call option at 75.50, assuming a spot of 74, and I sell a put option at 74.50. Other thing which an importer can do in case he's expecting a stronger dollar in the future is a vanilla option by simply paying an option premium and buying a call option. So let's say current spot is of 74 and I want to do a vanilla option. I can go for a strike price of 74.50 with a 2-3 month maturity. And in case of range forward, I'm obviously looking at a slightly higher maturity of anywhere between 3 to 4 months. This is independent and done basis your business needs. Since a higher currency range movement is expected during a longer tenure. The next view which I see is of a weaker dollar in the future, which means I currently have a stronger dollar. Now, since I have a stronger dollar and I'm an exporter, I would certainly want to capitalize and fix my range on this. I can do that by entering a range forward contract. I do a range forward by buying a put option and selling a call option. Now, let's say the spot is at 74. So I buy my put option at 74.50 and I sell my call option at 75.50. So by doing this, I have fixed the currency range between which I have protection. Now, if at any point of time in the future, if the market breaks the currency range of my range forward, only then I'm open to losses. But since this is not a leveraged position, so my losses will be a minimum. Exporter can also go for a vanilla option by simply buying a put option. So let's say the spot is of 74, I can go for a put option of 74.50. The next case is of a importer. So a call spread is exactly the opposite of a put spread. In case of a call spread, I go for a buy call and a sell call. So I buy call at 74.50, which is at the money, and the spot is of 74, and I go for a sell call, which is out of the money, which is in this case of 75. So I do not want my call option to be exercised, which is why it is out of the money. And no importer would want to buy a call option at 75 at maturity, since in the future we're expecting a weaker dollar. The next thing which we look at is a sideways movement view. A sideways movement basically means I'm expecting the currency to trade in a fixed range. Now during this, I can certainly go for a vanilla option as discussed above. I can go for a range forward, and I can also go for a seagull. Now what is the seagull? Seagull is basically a put spread plus sell call for an exporter, or it's a call spread plus sell put for an importer. Now in this case, the key difference is Seagull offers a wider currency protection from a range forward, and it costs cheaper since I'm selling two options and I'm buying just one option. So for example, let's take a look at a Seagull for an exporter. So since it's a put spread, I am buying a put and I'm selling a put. So I buy a put at the money. Let's say the current spot is of 74. So I buy a put at 74.75 and I sell a put at 75.75. I sell a call at 75.75. So let's take a look at the call spread. Let's take a look at Seagull. In case of Seagull, if I'm an exporter, I do a put spread plus sell call, and if I'm an importer, I do a call spread plus sell put. Now let's see what is a Seagull for an exporter in depth. Now since it's a put spread plus sell call, I am buying one option and I'm selling two options. So I'm receiving more premium, thereby reducing the cost of my premium. Now a Seagull offers a wider range than a range forward, but the only risk which I carry here is that in case my range breaks, then I'm open to unlimited risk, since I could be called upon to oblige on my sell call. For example, current spot is of 74. I buy my put option at the money of 74.50 and I sell my put at 73.50. Now since I'm also selling a call option, I sell it at 75.50, which is again out of the money. So both the options which I sell are out of the money, while the only option I buy is at the money. The next view which I explore here is no view, which means I have no clue where the market is headed, but I want to hedge my business exposure. So I go for a vanilla option, which can be done basis your business. If you're an exporter and the current spot is of 74, you go for an at the money put option, which is at 74.50. Now in case if you're an importer and the current spot is of 74 and you're looking to hedge 1 month, so you go for at the money call option, which you can get at 74.25. Now let's take a look at a medium volatility scenario. Now in case of medium volatility scenario, the premiums are cheaper than the high volatility scenario. If premiums are cheaper, it also means that I can look at hedging more using options, and I can also structure more options since they are more accessible to me due to cheaper premiums. Now let's take a look at hedging during medium volatility scenarios. For example, if the USD/INR volatility is between 6 to 8%, the following option strategies can be undertaken. Now, if your currency view is of a stronger dollar and you're an exporter, you can go for a put spread, same as a high volatility scenario. You can also go for a vanilla. And if you're an importer and you're expecting a stronger dollar in the future, you can go for a vanilla option. And similarly, if your currency view is of a weaker dollar in the future and you are an exporter, you go for a vanilla option. And if you're an importer, you can go for a call spread or a vanilla option. Now, if your currency view is of a sideways movement, you're expecting the currency to trade in a fixed range in the future, you go for a vanilla option or a range forward or a seagull. Now, the key differences here to be kept in mind are vanilla option will have a slightly higher cost as compared to range forward and seagull, since you're only buying an option, whereas in range forward, you're also selling one option, which makes it cheaper than a vanilla, while a seagull option is even cheaper than a range forward since you're selling two options. Now, the next currency view which I could have is no view. I do not know where the currency could be headed, so I simply go for a vanilla option. It doesn't matter if I'm an importer or an exporter. Now, the next volatility scenario is a low volatility scenario. Now, during a low volatility scenario, the option premiums are at their cheapest, thereby making my hedge cost very less. It makes my hedge cost the cheapest as compared to any other volatility scenario, which is why I should certainly go for hedging two currency options during periods of low volatility. Now, since option premiums are cheaper, I can certainly access a wider variety of option structures. Now, let's take a look at the option strategies which can be done during a low volatility scenario. A low volatility scenario in case of USD/INR is characterized by a volatility less than 6%. Now, it doesn't matter what view I have of the currency, if I'm expecting a stronger dollar or a weaker dollar in the future or a sideways movement, or if I have a no view, across the board, the recommendation is of a vanilla option since it is the cheapest, and monitoring of a vanilla option also doesn't require much effort since it's not a structured option. Whereas in case of a range forward and seagull, I will have to do a bit more extensive monitoring. Now, since we've explored all the volatility scenarios, let's just recollect what all we've learned today. Firstly, hedging using options is beneficial irrespective of the current volatility, since the protection offered is in all scenarios. It doesn't matter if the exchange rate movement is high, low, or medium. I can hedge using options, and the insurance which I get always outweighs the cost, since my business profitability should not be affected. Now, with options, what we've learned is that the cost to be incurred is limited and fixed, since primarily I'm an option buyer, while the profit earning potential is unlimited, because market can rise to any level and I can choose to let my option lapse. And lastly, options have been known to eliminate uncertainty from the future, and all of it comes at a very reasonable cost. Thank you.